We're now joined by head coach Shane Coffey. Won the first game. Now we got to turn gears to Sand Springs, a very powerful team. They won 11-3 in the district. Did not see them this year, but they have a lot on the table.
Oh, they do. Definitely. They are a very, very explosive team led by number 2 Wilson. She is probably the most explosive guard that we will have faced to this point in the year. But they really rely so much on what they do defensively. We were able to really get a first-hand look on Tuesday night against them and really got to see what they like to do. And transition is a big part of who they are. But we really believe in a half-court set, they're a little inconsistent, and I think that's going to be a big thing for us. We need to force them to play as much half-court offense as possible.
How much does it help that you got to watch their entirety, of the game right here on our own court?
I think, watching teams on film versus live is completely different. You can sit here and get an idea of how quick people are, but when you're watching them firsthand and on your home court, obviously getting to see this, it really helps us get a good idea of what we need to be able to do to be successful.
What's the message with your team right now? Because we win, then we're moving on to the next round. We lose, we got to play a Saturday game. So how do you approach this?
We're just looking for the championship. I mean, that's our #1 goal. And we're not looking at anything else at this point. I mean, we need to just focus on this game. I really believe in the playoffs. It's one game at a time. And whatever our hand is dealt, we're going to deal with it, one way or another. But we know that if we come in prepared, we do the things that we need to do, we'll come out successful with a championship.
How much did it help that you got a lot of players in the lineup this last game that get some experience? Because it kind of all bets are off with this Sand Springs team.
Absolutely. You look at our team, and I feel like over the course of this year, we really have developed a lot of depth. And they haven't all played in the playoffs, and having that opportunity to kind of get their, feet wet, I guess you could say, to kind of put them in this position here was good for them, because you could tell some of them were a little nervous, a little shaky in the beginning, but the more that they played, the more comfortable they felt. And now, as you get into the second round, everything matters, and we need every one of us to be able to be successful.
Well, thanks very much, Coach. Coming up next, we'll have the starting lineups as we get set for the Sand Knights.
Hello and welcome in the Tiger Fieldhouse. I'm Dan Hawk alongside Coach Tiffany Jones. Madison Dildine is our third member of the crew. It's playoff basketball, already taking care of business in our first action. Yep. Now we got to switch gears to Sand Springs. The Sand Knights are 18-6, 11-3 in the district. Districts don't matter though. 18-6 overall, coaches. The Tigers are 12-7 overall. It's a big-time game tonight to stay in that winner's bracket and move on to areas of the win.
Yeah, staying in the winner's bracket and giving yourself a little bit of cushion if you have a bad night is so important. So this is really a crucial game. This changes your entire path of how you get to the state tournament based on today. So it's and last home game of the season.
That last home game of the season, that is for sure. If we lose, which knock on wood, we are not going to lose, we will have to play in Edmond. That will either be at 6 or 6:30. Ponca City advanced earlier today in the consolation over Enid. Let's check in with Madison Dildine, our third member of our broadcast team, as she's got our keys to victory against the Sand Knights. Madison?
Yeah, Dan, tonight we have got to really emphasize rebounds first. Then we need to limit turnovers and execute crisp passing. Last but not least, we've got to attack the paint and pound the low post. Dan?
Very much so. Attacking that low post is going to be key tonight. We'll break more of that down in just a little bit with the legendary Coach Tiffany Jones. Here's the bracket for you to check out. Like I said, Ponca City a winner over Enid in the losers bracket side of things, so they will play here tomorrow on Saturday. Broken Arrow and Sand Springs, it's pretty simple, folks. You win and you advance to area, so I don't think there's anything else we need to do other than win and advance to area, Coach.
Yeah. It's pretty simple. You don't have to make it complicated. Score at least one more than the Sand Knights today, and that's all you need.
Pretty
survive and advance.
Survive and advance here in the Fieldhouse. We're just about a minute away from tip-off, so we'll take a quick timeout. We'll have those starting lineups coming up next on ArrowVision.
Matthews Ford in Broken Arrow has been collaborating with Broken Arrow Public Schools since 2016. Through this partnership, Matthews Ford sponsors the Broken Arrow Teacher of the Year Award by providing a courtesy car for the winner to drive throughout the year. We'd like to recognize Matthews Ford for their efforts in supporting educators and being a valuable community partner with Broken Arrow Public Schools. This support sets a great example of how local businesses can work together with our school system to create a better future for all.
2, 3, Racing towards the end of the month? Ask about our early pay options. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance. Life happens in a hurry. Our money experts will help you keep up. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
Drip too hard, don't stand too close, you gon' fuck around and drown. Off this way, doing all these shows. I've been on the road, I don't care where I go, as long as I get paid. Bad little vibe, she been on my mind. Soon as I get back, she can shred. Do this all the time, this ain't no surprise. Every other night, another movie get made. Drip too hard, don't stand too close, you gon' fuck around and drown. Off this way, doing all these shows. I've been on the road, I don't care where I go, as long as I get paid. Bad little vibe, she been on my mind. Soon as I get back, she can shred. Do this all the time, this ain't no surprise. Every other night, another movie get made. Drip too hard, don't stand too close, you gon' fuck around and drown. Off this way, doing all these shows. I've been on the road, I don't care where I go, as long as I get paid. Bad little vibe, she been on my mind. Soon as I get back, she can shred. Do this all the time, this ain't no surprise. Every other night, another movie get made. Drip too hard, don't stand too close, you gon' fuck around and drown. Off this way, doing all these shows. I've been on the road, I don't care where I go, as long as I get paid. Bad little vibe, she been on my mind. Soon as I get back, she can shred. Do this all the time, this ain't no surprise. Every other night, another movie get made.
And welcome back inside the field house. Broken Arrow Tiger basketball hosting Sand Springs Sand Knights. You win and you advance to area. Let's go with the starters tonight for the Broken Arrow Tigers. Number 0, Macy Maricini, point guard, junior, 5'5", followed by number 5, Brooklyn Scarborough. She plays everything on the court. She's a 5'10" sophomore. Number 22, Peyton Dolan, power forward, 6'2", junior. Number 25, Mackenzie Mathurin, shooting guard, 5'10", junior. Rounding out the list is number 33, Taryn Jacobs, power forward, 6 foot, junior. For the Sandites of Sand Springs, number 1, Hope Bump, a 5'9", junior. Corey Wilson, a senior, 5'5". Number 2, number 3, Tiana Morris, a senior, 5'6". Aaliyah Burris Chisholm, freshman, 5'5". And rounding out the list for the Sandites, 21, Tiana Butler, freshman, 6'0". So the Sandites won the tip, and they will start it off as Morris with the ball over to Butler. As they have passed it around outside the three-point line, trying to get their offense moving in the paint as they finally get it to Morris. Flip it out, and that one is going to be a turnover out of bounds on the Sandites, and the Broken Arrow Tigers will take over. Tigers wearing all blacks tonight with the gold trim. Sandites wearing the gold lettering with the white tops and white bottoms as Maricini trying to get some action going. Goes to Mathurin. Mathurin pulls up for the triple. Does not get it to go. That one will go out of bounds. Mathurin has to have the coolest shoes on the court tonight. White and hot orange, or no, excuse me, hot pink? No, I don't think that's pink. Madison would tell me that is not pink. Oh, it is pink. Okay, correction.
There we go.
I'm getting pink from Madison, who is our professional pink player. So, also a Taylor Swift fan. Shameless plug there. Sandites trying to get their offense going. It's 0-0, 6:45 here in the first. That one nearly goes out of bounds on Butler. And the Tiger faithful getting jacked up here in the field house. Wilson, way behind the arc, trying to send Butler down low. That shot is off the mark. Mathurin eventually comes up with it, flings it up to Maricini, but that one's going to go back into Wilson. Wilson going all the way to the cup, and just like that, the Sandites start first with the 2-0 lead. Mathurin bobbing and weaving. Back to Maricini. Maricini pulls up with the J, no good. That is an air ball, and that will go back to the Sandites. Wilson flips it out to Bump, and Bump rattles off on the rim. Fast tempo ball game so far, Coach.
Yeah, I mean, we go settle down. I mean, Sand Springs has come out trying to execute a few things against. We started the first possession zone. They're slowing things down, but Coach Berry's going to have. They're going to be very well coached, and they're going to execute. We've got to take care of the ball on our end. Their pressure seems to be bothering us a little bit.
Yeah, that one fell out of bounds. Just poor transition passing right there. So the Sandites will take over. Joshua Berry has been one heck of a coach. I remember in the state title games in previous seasons, he always wears a gold tie with a white shirt, and it stands out because I think it's sending a message to his Lady Sandites. He's put quite a program together over in Sand Springs.
Absolutely.
As Wilson is bodied up by Maricini. Shot is off the mark by Butler. Rebound goes right back to the Tigers. I think that one did hit rim.
It did. It grazed it a little bit.
I don't know why the student section are chanting air ball, but that did hit rim. Maricini going to Jacobs. Jacobs, nice pass down low to Maricini, and the Tigers capitalize, tying this game up 2-2.
Well, defensively, Macy's going to have that back cut because she's heard, the girl guarding her defensively, she's going to pressure her all night long. And so being able to back cut against that defense, that'll soften them up.
And that was one heck of a back cut by the Lady Tigers. As Wilson is telling Chisholm, I've got this. Morris back over to Chisholm. Now back into the hands of Wilson, and she goes back to the top of the key, and the Sandites reset. Coach Coffey whistling like a drill sergeant, trying to get his defense in order.
The fact that they're running offense from the half-court line, that's good for us.
Not much space is given so far on the Tigers, but Brooklyn Scarborough going to be whistled for a body foul. So we'll reset now. As Wilson driving in the lane, high off the glass, but it comes right back into the hands of the Sandites. Morris misses, and now Mathern is going to go the other way. Mathern trying to pick up some speed, taking this one all the way herself, but that one is going to go back to the Sandites. It's Chisholm going right into Dolan. Dolan's lucky she did not get called for a blocking foul.
Yeah, Peyton did a good job, though, backing up. I mean, she ran right into her, hands up. She didn't reach. That was disciplined. And it's a kind of sloppy play a little bit early on. So who's going to settle in first and just relax and play the game?
Scarborough checks out. It's Maricini, Rakaya Bowen, Peyton Dolan, Taryn Jacobs, and Mackenzie Mathern. Bowen stretching the offense out. Now Maricini trying to put on a move and takes this one all the way to the glass. Back-to-back points for Maricini. Tigers retake the lead 4-2. Wilson clear back at the mid-court mark. As Morris flips it on the near side to Wilson. Now back to Morris. And Bump eventually gets a hand on it. As they're saying on the far side, Bump way behind the three-point line. We're down to 2.5 minutes here in the first. The defense has been playing relentless, not allowing much space for Sand Springs, and they burned a lot of the clock. Very low score as we're over halfway in this first quarter. 4-2. What's at stake is a chance to play in the area championship. The regional championship, that is, by advancing to areas.
Yeah, in the winner's bracket.
In the winner's bracket.
Yeah.
Double elimination throws everything off a little bit. Still kind of getting used to that, Coach.
It is different. So that's important. Macy, we don't want her to pick up a second foul. We got to keep her out of foul trouble because her job tonight is just to keep her in front, keep your man in front.
So they'll go back to Wilson. She's telling Chisholm to come make a cut. They're bobbing and weaving back and forth. Morris now, double teamed. Rakaya Bowen almost coming up with it. And she's going to be whistled for the reach in. That's her first. 14 fouls already for the Tigers.
They're calling it tight right now. They really are, but they're being consistent, but they are calling it tight.
As Janae McCary checks in. McCrary, excuse me. And Peyton Dolan will take a breather. Not much space given for the Sandites. This bump is trying to get one past Mathern, but that's not going to go the right way as Mathern goes the other way, coast to coast. Unable to connect, but she'll go to the line.
Yeah, active hands on defense causes that shot for her in transition, being able to push tempo and just a deflection, pick it up, gets a steal, and then goes down and hopefully knock down the free throws.
How about the first one from her? It's good. So Morris with the first Sandites foul. Second one off the mark. Bowen comes up with the rebound. Second chance, actually third chance. And she'll go to the line. As Hope Bump whistled. Second team foul for the Sandites.
Well, and if the first quarter is any indication just of offensive possessions, it's been a lot of passings, longer possessions offensively, especially for Sand Springs, and so that can change the flow of the game for sure when you're playing defense for that long.
Second shot is off the mark. And was that Mathern over the back call?
Foul called on Tigers number 25.
It was. It's not something we want to see. Too many fouls early on for the Tigers.
Yeah, that's definitely not a trend that we want to continue.
The score is 6-2. Nice backdoor pass to Morris. And it's 6-4. McCary going all the way herself. Now she pulls back. Bowen getting all of Morris. Bowen pulls up. That one's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to stay with Broken Arrow. I think they caught a break there, but there was two Sandites in the area.
Yeah. We need to execute on the out-of-bounds play, get a good look right here.
McCary inbounding it, getting a pass into Bowen and right back to McCary. Now Mathern pulls up with the jumper, hits it too hard off the front iron, and the Sandites take over. They flip it up to Chisholm. Chisholm unable to get anything to go. Looked like she traveled, but McCary's going to be whistled for the foul. That is 5 fouls for Broken Arrow. Broken Arrow going to have to play a little bit more disciplined basketball.
Well, they caught a break right there. They caught it on McCary because it could have been on Maracini, and that would have been her second.
That would have been bad. Bad news.
I thought that's where they were headed as far as the foul, but that was one of the things they talked about was just transition and her leaking out and liking to get scoop shots. Lane violation on Bowen.
Chisholm nearly made the second. That time she did. So she's on the board, and it's 6-5. 35 seconds to go here in the first. Got a screen down low by Jacobs. They go right to Maracini. Fake the pass to Jacobs, misses that one off the front iron. So bump. Bobbing and weaving, bounce pass into Fusco, no good. Last chance for Mathern. Mathern going all the way in the paint, and she gets it to go. She's got 3. 2 seconds left on the clock, and Maracini picks the pocket, throws up a prayer. No good. Broken Arrow after one. Very low scoring affair. They lead it 8-5 here inside the field house. We'll check in on the other scores from around the area on what's going on. So stay with us. Tigers lead at 8-5 on ArrowVision.
If you and your family have been waiting for the perfect time to jump into your dream home, it's here. We make buying a new home as easy as it is exciting with quick credit approvals and great rates. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First people put people first.
Your side hustle keeps you moving. We'll help you get where you really want to go. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
At Ascension St. John, you'll find advanced heart care, brain and spine care, and personalized cancer care. And we excel just as much in the things that can't be measured. Listening more closely, caring more compassionately.
And welcome back inside the field house. Dan Hawk alongside Coach Tiffany Jones. 8-5, Broken Arrow on top. We want to give a shout out to Tiger Threads. They're getting ready to move over to their new store. Their hours are open 9 to 6, 30% discount on all sweaters. And you might be looking at the sweater that I'm wearing here tonight. Not on sale yet. It will be coming momentarily, but this is kind of the new stuff that you're going to be seeing in Tiger Threads. So definitely check them out. They're at 1901 East Albany Street. That is on 61st Street. We'd like to thank our One Club sponsors, First National Bank of Broken Arrow, Simpson St. John, Tulsa Bone and Joint, TTCU Federal Credit Union, Matthews Ford, the Arrow Group, and Quick Trip. 7:50 to go in the first. Spin move by Mathurin. No good, but she'll go to the line. That's Hope Bump second.
Yeah.
And some scores for you. I'll let you read them, Coach, because we got a couple ones that matter that are regional or area teams that we pay attention to.
Yeah, so on this side already that's completed is Bartlesville has eliminated Muskogee 40-33. And I think Stillwater beat U.S. Grant. And
Stillwater 54 over U.S. Grant
20
to 20 as Mathurin makes the free throw.
Madison, what have you got from Coach Coffey at the end of the first quarter?
Yeah, he was just reminding his girls that they cannot get frustrated and to just take a deep breath. He said, we need to go be us. We can't get caught up in our heads. Be smart in your approach, guys.
That's kind of the thought that you and I were talking about during the break is they just need to calm down a little bit. Don't put so much pressure on yourself. We knew this was going to be a dogfight. As Sand Springs 18-6 overall, a very strong team led by a very experienced coach with Joshua Berry. As Mathurin picks the steal, flips it over to Dolan in the corner on the far side. Now Dolan with the ball, trying to force a pass down low into Jacobs. That one rolls out of bounds, so the Tigers will maintain on their end.
Well, it was a good look by Macy having Taryn on the roll there, and that's important that we get some points inside. And so it was a good look. They just got a little quicker hands than we did.
Jacobs goes back to Mathurin. Mathurin crosses the defender. Second chance points. It's good. Mathurin starting to build momentum. She's got 7. 12-5 here in the field house. Wilson faking the pass. Now dribbles out. Down over to Chisholm. Chisholm gets blocked by Jacobs, and she goes to the deck, and she is thriving in pain. Slow to get up is Chisholm. Scarborough whistled for the foul. I don't know about the foul, and I'm not trying to be a homer here, but there was a lot of traffic on that pass down low.
There was yes, there was, for lack of a better term. I'm not sure that it is different to see us wearing our black jerseys on our home court, but the way the bracket rolls out, yes, we were wearing darks today, but the good ladies, as we should say, they would disagree with that call.
Yeah, that was a little questionable. And I think it just goes back to the way the pass was down low. I mean, they were both going for the ball.
Yeah.
As Scarborough checks out, and Rakaya Bowen will step in.
And we know they like to go to the basket. We know they want to get in the paint. And so it's staying on the floor and closing out instead of just running at people, because that puts you in a bad position. Makes you want to try to block shots, and then we get in foul trouble.
Bowen wants to run, pulls back, fadeaway, no good. Off the mark, and it goes in to Wilson. Wilson taking this one all the way herself, but Bowen comes back up with the rebound. She falls to the deck. Marcini just flips it up to Mathurin. Mathurin on the other end makes the shot and one for a chance for a three-point play.
It's like super heads-up play by Macy to recognize there was no defender back, and so she could just throw it in the general direction, let Mackenzie go get it, and go to the basket. And I'm going to say great hustle on the other end. Bowen getting on the floor, getting a loose ball, flipping it out to her teammate.
So a chance for a three-point play, and it's Bottoms. She's got 10. Lydia Pence checking in for Taryn Jacobs. And Hope Bump is back in the lineup for Sand Springs.
Momentum has certainly changed in the second quarter.
It has definitely slowed down a little bit for Sand Springs, and the Tigers have capitalized. But it also feels like Sand Springs has moved up way inside where they were playing outside the perimeter earlier. Driving in the lane was Morris. She's got 4, and it's now 15-17. Now full court press on Sand Springs. Mathurin now. Bounce pass over to Bowen, off the mark a little bit, but Bowen gobbles it up. Marcini out to Dolan. Dolan misses, but Mathurin there for the rebound, misses the shot, so it'll go back. Gonna stay with Sand Springs. Right when I was talking, it foul off a Lady Tigers foot.
Appreciate Lydia inside had a mismatch, and she was trying to post up, which we talked about getting points in the paint, so she's working hard, coming off the bench, trying to get the good possession inside.
So now Sand Knights is slowing their offense down yet again. I think they're just honestly trying to feed out what Broken Arrow is going to give them on defense in a lot of ways. Nice backdoor pass. Pence nearly came up with it, got a finger in the eye. It's going to tickle in all the wrong ways. That one's got to hurt.
Her position right there really caused that.
Say it again, Madison.
Lydia received a black eye in practice a couple of days ago, and that was the same eye that was just hit.
Frustrating. As Bowen gobbles it up. Now she slows it down. All the way over in the corner is Marcini, and Marcini splash! 7 points for the junior guard. And that's going to lead to a timeout. Tigers pouring it on right now. 18-7 on the Sand Springs Sand Knights. We'll take a timeout. You're watching Lady Tiger basketball on ArrowVision.
Racing towards the end of the month? Ask about our early pay options. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance. Life happens in a hurry. Our money experts will help you keep up. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
And welcome back inside the field house. Dan Hawk alongside Coach Tiffany Jones and Madison Dildine, our third member of our broadcast team. 7 points for Marcini, 10 points for Mathurin, and 1 point for Rakaya Bowen. As Pence received a finger to the eye, she's on the bench right now, and we can take a look at her. She's obviously in pain, but any time you get a finger to the eye, I mean, it's just, unless you're wearing goggles, there's no way to really protect yourself as a defender.
No, and that's a big play right there. Macy just picked up a foul out. She's 16 feet from the basket, but it was really obvious. She just put her hands up, kind of ran over the girl. So
Janae McCrary will step back in. Hopefully, Lydia Pence is okay, and we see her back on the court. Sand Springs going to Wilson. Dolan playing some tough D. Wilson gets by her, goes to the lane, no good. Rebound, second chance point is good. And I believe that was Butler. Her first points of the game. 18-9. Bowen over, dangerous pass, trying to get it to McCrary, but Wilson picks it off. Wilson going again, falls right on Jacobs. Jacobs lands on top of Wilson. They're going to call a timeout. That could have been a charge. I think we should take a timeout as well because I don't think she's going to get up right away as Wilson took a hard hit on the court. It is 18-9. Actually, we'll keep it right here as Wilson comes back up.
Looks like they changed the call. They called an offensive foul. Taryn Jacobs taking a charge.
And that was an impressive move, but it was hard to tell the way they felt, Coach.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how they were going to call that, but I thought Taryn was set.
Coach Barry, no arguing there, so seems to be okay. That one goes out of bounds. Fan in the front row came up with it.
A little too much on that one.
A little bit of a zip. 4 minutes till half. 18-9. Broken Arrow on the sand ice. As Wilson goes all the way around. And the Tigers whistled for the foul. And goes to Taryn Jacobs. That's her first. Too many fouls, though, I would say, is the only thing that the Tigers need to clean up, Coach.
Yeah, we just need to be careful. Get out of this quarter without people picking up their second. And Macy's out right now because we don't want her to get her third in the first half. And so.
Yeah, and if you can keep her, I mean, I know you want to see her on the court, but if you can keep her on the bench for the remainder of the first, that's not a bad thing necessarily for the Tigers. As Jacobs puts a body on bump, they flip it in to Butler. Butler misses. Mathurin there for the cleanup duty. Now Mathurin out in space, going all the way herself, pulls up at the triple, no good. Jacobs there for the rebound, but somehow gets the ball taken away by Butler. Wilson getting by Bowen, flips it out to a wide open Wilson. She's got 5. It's 18-12 as Jacobs quickly makes some points on the other end to maintain that lead. It's 20-12 with 3 minutes to go here until halftime.
It was a good job by Taryn running the floor and of course the pass up the floor that we need to, if we can outrun them, that's even better.
Bump in the middle, pulls up near the charity stripe, hits the back iron, it goes out of bounds. That should go back to the Tigers, and it does, as Chisholm was the last one to touch it.
Sand Springs setting up a little bit of a diamond press right here. We just need to handle the press. Make short passes, don't make too many long passes.
As Tiana Butler checks out Tasia in. 2 different Butlers on the team. Jacobs, nice pass, bounce pass to McCurry, then to Bowen.
That's
Bowen
it.
finishes it underneath. She's got 3. Tigers lead it again by 10.
Excellent ball movement. They got the ball in the middle of the press, beat the press, go down. It was 3-on-1. Very unselfish play.
Sand Springs flipping it over the corner. It's Wilson. Shot way off the mark. Now Bowen thought about it. As Bowen slows it down, ball on the deck. Bump, flips it up to Butler. Actually, correction, Chisholm with the buckets. It's now 22-14, 1:45 to go. Bowen from long distance, pulls up, no good. Rebounded to Wilson. Minute 39 to go. Tempo has sped up here in the field house. Morris going from long distance, no good. McCurry with a rebound. And it's going to be a reach-in on Bump. That is her 3rd foul.
That's a big call right there. A 3rd foul on her in the first half is huge.
And a timeout on the court. It's 22-14. Broken Arrow leading it with a minute 30. We're watching Tiger basketball on ArrowVision.
If you and your family have been waiting for the perfect time to jump into your dream home, it's here. We make buying a new home as easy as it is exciting with quick credit approvals and great rates. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First people put people first.
Your side hustle keeps you moving. We'll help you get where you really want to go. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
So one of the strong contributors to the Sandites team is on the bench right now. That is Hope Bump. Tigers lead at 22-14. Dan Hawk alongside Coach Tiffany Jones, and you got more on Bump for us.
Yeah, when a player gets her third foul, I mean, what Bump contributes so much is that physicalness and being inside. She's got a little bit of contact right there.
And that's going to be another foul on Butler. That's her first, actually. Correction. Go
okay.
ahead, though, Coach.
Yeah, no. Bump getting her third foul. She's so good on offensive, defensive boards, and she's not going to beat you, with her quickness. But she's around the ball a lot, and she just goes and gets loose balls, and so that effort. And so, taking away that person who's maybe their best rebounder, gets in there and battles. That's going to help us down the stretch because she's in danger going into the second half already.
Yeah, she's one of their key contributors, and I know she's also got a knack for finding open lanes to get some three-pointers as well. So if she does get back in, we're going to have to contain her. Scarborough makes them both, and Tigers once again have that 10-point advantage.
And we adjust defensively right here. We're going to make them try to run offense from 40 feet from the basket again.
And they've, like you said, they've stretched it out almost to half court again. And this is great. Let them have all of that. Allows us to play up as Morris in the corner. Finds Wilson. Back to Morris right here in front of us. And that is a beautiful three-pointer from Morris. Jacobs. Dumps that one out of bounds, so it'll go back. Dart's going to stay with us. Sandites got
It's like they tipped it from behind, knocked it out of bounds.
A finger on it. So 40 seconds left. I would say slow it down here.
You need a good possession, absolutely.
Take the last points of the half and end it on top. And that's kind of what they're doing. They're giving space. Scarborough is going to be whistled for the travel. And that's just a tough call on the Tigers.
Well, we need a big defensive stop right here. Under 20 left in the first half.
So Sandites with 10 seconds will not be surprised if they hold this. They will keep this the rest of the way. Wilson guarded by McCurry. She's still driving in the lane. That one, unbelievable, goes in. That will end the half. It's 24-19. Tigers with the slim advantage over the Sandites. 2 quarters to go with a chance for a regional title here in the Fieldhouse. And as a reminder, we got a very special story coming up during our halftime break. March 1st is when the season will open up for the Broken Arrow Tiger baseball team. And with Alex Tyner and myself, we got a preview of the Tiger baseball team. Watch this and take a look at the second half with us on ArrowVision.
That sound can only mean one thing. Baseball season is upon us. Broken Arrow sets its sights on a solid season, aiming for a chance to contend for a state title. Amidst the crack of bats and the thud of balls hitting mitts, practice roars back to life. And with a new team comes a fresh identity, infused with a new energy to get the ball rolling.
I know we're all excited. It's going to be a good, fun year. It's a good group of boys, and we're excited to get out there and play.
Beyond the drills and game days, it's the bond they share that's the real game changer. Their camaraderie is their secret sauce that fuels their drive for success.
We hang out outside, we go to basketball games, football games together, we just go to each other's houses. It's a lot different than last year, so I feel like this year the chemistry is a lot better for us, so I think that's going to help us win.
7 seniors represent this Tigers baseball team. Obviously, they want to get to a state title. In order to do that, They have to simply win their district games.
I really think that we have good talent from the freshman level all the way up to us, but I feel like the underclassmen, I feel like they do a really good job at just filling the spots we need.
Hitting, it's going to come and go depending on the pitching, so hopefully we can just come out of the gate, hot, because we got some big games early.
Ultimately, it's about one thing, seizing that shot at the state championship. It's the dream the Tigers are in the hunt for.
So we do 5, 11, 24s, so that's where we do sit-ups till failure every single day, and it just reminds us of the date that state is, and it just reminds us where we need to be and where we need to get.
We got a low number of seniors, but really good kids that have been through it and kind of know what is expected. So just looking forward to a great season with these guys.
This season will start on March 1st. Be sure to check us out on ArrowVision for all the very latest with the Broken Arrow Tiger baseball team. At the Broken Arrow Tiger Baseball Complex with ArrowVision, I'm Dan Hahn.
In 1989, the First National Bank of Broken Arrow established the first Achievement Scholarship Award to help graduating seniors who they or their parents were bank customers to help with the cost of a college education. And since that time, we've paid out more than $300,000 in scholarships to 40 students.
I am going to TCC for dental hygiene, and in total, TCC is quoting about $30,000 for that program. So this scholarship will provide me with almost a third of my entire cost for school, which is really, really generous. It's relieving to know that I won't have to worry about such a huge portion of the education. A scholarship like this will absolutely change my life, because being a hygienist, you have the liberty of being very flexible with your schedule, and so that gives me the opportunity to be a mom and all of that stuff, but it also just gives me time to stay active within the community and maybe do stuff with First National Bank, volunteer with Broken Arrow Neighbors or volunteer with charities and stuff like that. It's just having that profession be available to me is just really exciting.
The bank provides the scholarship in order to provide financial support to students who face rising costs of a college education. This is just one way that the bank chooses to give back to the community, as well as customers and their children who are graduating seniors.
Every middle school hosts a 5th grade day where we bring in our future 6th graders so that they can experience what a day in the life of middle school looks like, so that by the time they get here to us in August, they're not as scared. We do it in a big fun pep rally style so that they can see all of our different programs. That way when they go to enroll in their classes for next year, they actually kind of know what that looks like.
And I would say it's really fun because we get to show them what Children's is all about and introduce them so they're not as nervous coming in.
All the teachers are really kind and make me feel more comfortable being here every day, and I'm really excited to see what's around.
How we affect them now and what we teach them is going to change their entire middle school experience. They're going to be feeling really anxious, ready to come to middle school, because 5 years in elementary school, they're tired of it. They're ready for something new.
It's amazing because I'm still be able to be here with my friends and the people that I am used to in 5th grade, and also I've just been waiting for this experience my whole life to be able to be a 6th grader finally.
And you just see their personalities shine and change as they have welcoming faces that are here. So next year when they're in 6th grade and it's nervous and anxious those first few days, they'll be like, oh, I remember that kid. They helped me give a tour of the building for me when I was in 5th grade. So we just love to help make them feel welcome and help with that transition.
I could be a rancher, guys. Navigating everyday life is quite a challenge, especially when it involves handling animals and understanding the ins and outs of FFA at Vanguard Academy.
It really teaches you responsibility and really just gets you ready for the real world, in my opinion.
I love being a part of FFA, whether it's being in the barn or doing speeches.
Welcome back to Tiger Fieldhouse. I'm now joined by head coach Shane Coffey. Coach, this is the style of game that you would expect at this point in the season, but what do you want to focus on in the second half?
You know, obviously this is the style of game that's going to be played. Possessions matter, and people know each other. We scout each other really, really well. I think our biggest thing is, and I felt like we did a really good job for a quarter and a half, taking away their downhill drives, baseline drives, which create easy opportunities for them. We've got to tighten that up here in the second half to be successful.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you very much, Madison. Second half almost getting underway. Got about 2.5 minutes, Coach. Let's go over some stats real quick, and then we'll check out some scores around the area. First for the Sandites, Kari Wilson with 7, Tiana Morris with 7, Chisholm, Aaliyah Burris Chisholm with 3, Tiana Butler with 2. For the Lady Tigers, it's been a show by Mackenzie Mathern. She's already got 10. Her average is 22. Rakaya Bowen's got 3. Taryn Jacobs is 2. Brooklyn Scarborough has 2. And Macy Maricini with 7 points. The score right now 24-19 with 2 minutes until we start the third quarter. What do you got for us, Coach, from the scores around the area?
Yeah, so around the area, Choctaw up 4, 27-23 over Union in the third quarter. And let's see, we've already talked about Bartlesville,
Muskogee 40
Muskogee's eliminated now.
Yes.
They're done. And Jinx and Memorial. Jinx is up 3, 12-9 over Edmond Memorial. That'd be an interesting game depending on the outcome of our game. As long as we win, we'll take care of your own business. You don't have to worry about anything else. Stillwater eliminated U.S. Grant 54-20 today also.
And Ponca City was a winner over Enid.
In the earlier game.
In the earlier game here inside the fieldhouse. What do you want to see out of this second half, Coach?
So, short passes, their pressure defense, we got to handle the pressure and not go crazy. Don't play with your hair on fire, is what we say. Calm down. Short passes, take care of the ball. I think Coach Coffey talked about keeping them out of the lane, not letting them have those downhill drives. If we can keep them in front of us, make them shoot over. If they want to take 2 minutes off the clock and pass the ball around and we're ahead, okay, we can live with that.
Yeah, we can live with that.
Be smart.
Be smart with the basketball. We want to give a shout out to our One Club sponsors. They do a lot for us throughout the course of the season. And our One Club sponsors are First National Bank of Broken Arrow, Ascension St. John, Tulsa Bone and Joint, TTCU Federal Credit Union, Matthews Ford, the Arrow Group, and Quick Trip. I also want to give a shout out to Tiger Threads. The sweater will eventually be coming at Tiger Threads, probably in the new event center. So be checking Tiger Threads out. They are running a special on all sweaters right now, 30% off. So head over to Tiger Threads, 1901 at East Albany. That's 61st Street. We will begin the second half in just 30 seconds. So it's going to be a tight one here in the Fieldhouse, Coach.
Yeah, and you expect that in the regional games. It's every game a little bit farther. It's going to be a little tighter. The teams that struggled all year, they're going to be going home and they're finishing up their season. And so that value of possessions that Coach Coffey talked about, every possession matters. And, I mean, it's a 5-point game, so really 2 possessions realistically. Limiting turnovers is crucial, but I think getting what you want out of each possession, that's a goal. Win the possession. If you win the possession, then good things are going to happen.
Yeah, and I don't see Coach Coffey calming down until that clock is 0 across the board.
I would agree.
So Sand Springs, as we rotate the court, Sand Springs will start it off. Remember, they won the tip-off to begin the game, so this will be their first look on the other end. They started off with a long triple. No good by Tiana Morris. So it's 24-19, 7:35 to go here in the third. Maricini gets a screen by Jacobs. Near the top of the key, flips it to Jacobs down low, but the turnover goes to the Sandites. Chisholm all the way herself, and that was a beautiful runner by her as the Sandites cut the lead to just 3. 24-21. Maricini trying to get a feed from a third. I think it was just a little too strong. But that's going to go out of bounds, and it'll stay with Broken Arrow. That pass was what you call zipped. You said that earlier in the game.
Well, no, we'll take that break. That's an extra possession that they had possession of the ball off of 2 of their players, but we need that.
So Mathurin to Mircini. Chisholm is not letting off the gas on defense. Mathurin through her legs and then hits the front iron, no good, but Scarborough there for the cleanup duty. She's got 4, and it's still a lead for the Tigers. It's 26-21.
And that's taking advantage of our size. I mean, we've got more size on the court, and so being able to crash the boards, they don't have great matchups across the board, and so we need Brooklyn to pick up some points like that.
Wilson has been the hot hand, Kiara Wilson, for the Sandites, as she's out past the three-point line, but she's hit a lot of front iron in the first and second half. As Mathurin all alone, nearly called for a travel, it looked like there. Little floater from Mircini, and that'll stay with Broken Arrow. Go back to Mathurin, that was close to traveling.
Lost the handle just a little bit.
I think she just picked it up trying to pass and contemplated shooting it potentially. Mircini, better get it in. And that was 5 seconds. And that was...
Coach Coffey was trying to get that timeout called before the 5-second count. Didn't happen.
However, I mean, I know he wanted that. It's not the end of the world. Nothing really phased. I don't think he got it in, though. But I think the ref was blocked as well to see Coach Coffey. Wilson, one arm pass to bump from long distance, and kind of like what we said in the first half, Coach, you got to contain her.
Yeah.
That's her first points of the game, but that's 3. So it's a 2-point game. Scarborough here right in front of us in the corner. Tigers spreading that offense way out. Dolan running the baseline. Left all alone. Get it to Dolan. She's wide open. But Mathurin turns it over. Ball's going to go the other way. It's Morris. Now to Wilson. Wilson driving in the lane. Over to Chisholm. Chisholm guarded by Mathurin. And a backdoor cut. Now Chisholm with the ball. And then we've got a foul on Scarborough.
No, they called timeout.
Okay. It looked like it was a whistled foul for
I know. I was like, there wasn't much contact there, but I am thankful that they called timeout and not a foul on Brooklyn.
Yeah, so it's 26-24, 4:50 to remain here in the third. We'll take a quick timeout. You're watching Tiger Basketball on ArrowVision.
If you and your family have been waiting for the perfect time to jump into your dream home, it's here. We make buying a new home as easy as it is exciting with quick credit approvals and great rates. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First people put people first.
Matthews Ford in Broken Arrow has been collaborating with Broken Arrow Public Schools since 2016 and sponsors the Broken Arrow Teacher of the Year Award by providing a courtesy car for the winner to drive throughout the year. We'd like to recognize Matthews Ford for being a valuable community partner with Broken Arrow Public Schools.
And welcome back inside the field house. Dan Hawk alongside Coach Tiffany Jones and Madison Dildine. Tigers in a timeout right now. It's 26-24 with 4:50 to remain in the third quarter. As Coach Coffey drawing up his final play. And we'll check in with Madison Dildine, who was in that timeout. Madison?
Coach said, hey, what was the number one thing that we talked about at halftime? He said, you cannot dribble too much. He said, they're way too fast, but we've got to keep moving the ball. Dan?
Thoughts on that, Coach?
Yeah, we talked about, you beat pressure by, it's not just beating it off the dribble. Passing is important. But short passes, and they're athletic and they're quick. And we've got to do a better job of keeping them out of the paint. And once again, he talked about not dribbling too much, but don't put the ball out in front of them.
No, but on that dribbling out front, that one paid off for the Tigers.
Yeah.
Not to go against what you said.
Well, we don't want to hand the ball to him, but
right.
Yes, we've been a little dribble happy on some things. And so I think we go back to share. The more you share the ball, that really offsets their quickness. So share the basketball. That was a great example. Give your teammate a wide open look.
share the wealth is what
Yes.
you would like to say.
Share the sugar.
Share the sugar. I love it, Coach. 4:10 to go in the third. Tigers lead it 29-24. And Sand Springs has slowed it down again. Let them do it. Take that clock off.
Yeah.
As long as we have the lead, it works in our favor.
Run, clock, run when you're up by 5.
Kari Wilson with the ball. And it's basically been 2 Sandites touching the rock. Chaja Butler and Wilson. Bump left all alone. Tigers are going to have to pick it up on the other end as Wilson pops a triple, but Dolan comes up with a rebound.
Oh, who just got a foul? Good job, Peyton Dolan, getting the rebound, and more importantly, probably than the rebound. Oh, let's see who they called it on. They called it on Butler instead of on Bump.
I would have taken it on Bump.
Well, she was the one that actually, yeah.
But Butler whistled for the foul.
Yep.
So 3:20 to go. Dolan now on the far side. Tigers are stretching it out. And that's going to be a whistle foul on Tiana Morris. As Mathern was trying to create space. And I know that, he would like less passing around, but in that sense, it's fine as long as they foul.
No, I mean, you want, the more you pass, the harder it is to guard.
Yes,
so more passing, less dribbling.
Heads up play by Mathern off the defender, flips it out to Dolan. Dolan from long distance, shot is off the mark, and nearly came up with it was Bowen. Going the other way, it's Chisholm. Chisholm travels, trying to get a spin.
Got her for the carry.
If that shot would have went off by Mathern, I know you've seen that in your day in basketball. As an opponent that you just want to pull your hair out right there.
Well, don't ever turn your back to the basketball.
No, and I'm assuming that's something you tell your team all the time.
Learn that in elementary school. Or you should anyway.
Now Mathern creating some space, spin move, fade away, rattles out, but it should stay with the Tigers, and it does. .240 to go in the third. Mersini up to Bowen. Top of the court. Now Mathern calls it. That one rattles off. Jacobs there for the cleanup duty and puts it off the glass, and Jacobs has 4. 31-24. Tigers building that momentum. Long triple from the Sandites is off the mark. Wilson near the top. And a go BHN is firing up here in the field house.
Well, Sand Springs trying to go off a double screen, get Wilson going to the basket.
And nothing's doing right now for the Sandites. They turn it over. Bowen now. She can run. Taking this one herself, going all the way to the cup. And Bowen making the Sandites pay with a lay-in. She's got 5, and another timeout on the Sandites. Tigers lead it 33-24. You're watching Tiger basketball on ArrowVision.
At Ascension St. John, you'll find advanced heart care, brain and spine care, and personalized cancer care. And we excel just as much in the things that can't be measured. Listening more closely, caring more compassionately.
Racing towards the end of the month? Ask about our early pay options. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
Welcome back inside the Tiger Fieldhouse. Dan Hawk alongside Tiffany Jones and Madison Dildine, our third member of our broadcast team. Minute 44. About ready to come back out onto the court. Tigers lead it 33-24. Some stats for you. 2 Lady Tigers in double digits. Macy Marcini with 10 and Mackenzie Mathern with 10. So hopefully they get more action going here on the court. Let's check in with Madison. Madison, what do you got for us?
Coach said, hey, great job withstanding what they're throwing at you, but today we are going to have to win on defense. Buy in and finish. Dan.
Defense, defense, defense. What's the old saying? Defense wins championships, Coach.
Yes, that's so true. I tell you what changed. We responded to that. Sand Springs put a run together, closed it 26-22, and then or 26-24, excuse me. And then we had a couple of stops, went out and scored in transition, had good possessions, and just like that, we were able to respond to their offense right there. And once again, momentum. It's a game of momentum swings, and we've got the momentum right now.
Jacobs whistled underneath, never set her feet. So Lydia Pence will come back in. Good to see her back in the lineup as she took a finger to the eye earlier in the game. As Bump makes it on the line. And Brooklyn Scarborough, Lydia Pence, Janae McCrary, Rakaya Bonamathurin in there as Dolan, Jacobs, and Mersini take a break. Bump makes the second one. Not only is Bump a talented three-point shooter, she just has that frame as well, and that can just wreak havoc for an opponent as well.
Yeah, and that's a little bit, that possession, it was on Lydia Pence, but it's also knowing about who you're passing to and where they're getting the ball. But don't put somebody in a bad position, do something that they're not as gifted to do.
So Deanna Morris over to Wilson. And that zone defense by the Tigers has caused the Sandites fits.
Yeah, it has, absolutely. Well, we know they want to go to the basket, so we're really packing it, making them do something that they don't necessarily want to do.
That should have been whistled a travel on Chisholm. But Butler makes the points. So Coach Coffey wants to take a closer look at it with a timeout. 33-28 here in the field house. We'll keep it here. Coach, I want to just kind of discuss the zone because that has been problems for the Sandites the course of this ball game.
So our length, we're doing a really good job of keeping our hands up, making them shoot over us, but also just hands up. That just clogs everything up. We know they want to penetrate. We know they want to get in the paint. I mean, that's their bread and butter. Go in and penetrate, try to either kick out, especially to Wilson, but get in the paint. And so by us being in good position, playing with our arms out wide, we are pushing them outside of that three-point line. And when they've got to run somebody has to run their offense from 25 feet away, you're going to come out in a good place most of the time defensively if we can keep them that far away from the basket.
Some scores from you around the area. Union and Choctaw, they're in the fourth. Tight ball game. Choctaw leading at 37-35. Bixby and Owasso, they're at the half. Owasso on top, 31-18 is Mathurin with a spin move. Nearly came up with her own rebound. So we got some tight scores, and we have a tight ball game here in the field house.
Yeah, I mean, little loose ball action once again. McKenzie picks it up and tries to get a little shot off, but here we are, under 30 seconds left in the third quarter, and it's a 5-point game. So be nice to have a defensive stop right here to finish the third quarter going into the fourth quarter.
Need to find a stop on the Sandites. They're down to 14 seconds. McCrary trying to double up on Wilson. Wilson falls. I don't know about that one. McCrary's going to be whistled, but Wilson was falling to the deck. That's her second, but she was falling going in for the lane. I mean, it's just a tough call, but McCrary will take a break. Lydia Pence will take a break. So
well, we're doing a little bit of substitution now because we're going to get the ball back hopefully with 9 seconds.
Mersini picks it off. Oh, it went back into the hands of Wilson. Long distance from Bump, hits the front iron. Mersini with the ball. 3 seconds to go. She's going to have to hurry to get the shot off. Ball on the floor, and that's going to end the third quarter as Coach Coffey is going to talk to the referee. I believe he's just figuring out if there was a foul with the ball on the deck or not.
I think he's feeling like Macy got fouled down there when she picked up the defensive rebound, and I think he feels like she got fouled down there.
So we'll take a timeout on ArrowVision. It's 33-28. Final quarter coming up next on ArrowVision.
Matthews Ford in Broken Arrow has been collaborating with Broken Arrow Public Schools since 2016. Through this partnership, Matthews Ford sponsors the Broken Arrow Teacher of the Year Award by providing a courtesy car for the winner to drive throughout the year. We'd like to recognize Matthews Ford for their efforts in supporting educators and being a valuable community partner with Broken Arrow Public Schools. This support sets a great example of how local businesses can work together with our school system to create a better future for all.
At Ascension St. John, you'll find advanced heart care, brain and spine care, and personalized cancer care. And we excel just as much in the things that can't be measured. Listening more closely, caring more compassionately.
Welcome back inside the field house. Fourth quarter, 33-28. Madison Dildine was listening in on that timeout. Madison, what do you have for us?
Coach was saying, hey, they're going to come at you. We've seen it time and time again. We've got to be solid here. We cannot give them a chance to get this below 5. You have to value every single possession, guys.
You've kind of thrown that hat in the arena tonight, Coach, about every possession matters on the court.
Well, in the third quarter, I mean, it was a tie. Both teams scored 9, so we went in halftime up 5. Now we're up 5 going into the fourth quarter, and this is the time. Oh, great look.
Yeah, this is the time to get something going. That ball's going to go on the deck. That was a great pass by Bowen to Scarborough, but just did not work out.
Yeah, just once again, sometimes you're not expecting it. Can be a great pass, but if your teammate's not expecting it, then it can end up in a turnover. And so here we go. We had empty possession. We need to stop empty possessions, but now it comes down to, okay, we're going to win the next 2 possessions or win a possession. And so you got to break it down into microcosms, really, the fourth quarter, and see who's going to do the little things right to win the game.
And the student section getting a little rowdy here. They bob and weave. On the far side is Butler, another air ball. I believe that's her second. Bump with the rebound for the second chance, no good. Scarborough being trapped. That leaves an open Mathurin over to Marcini. Bowen wants the ball down low. Little floater from Marcini. Jacobs flips it back to Mathurin. Out in the corner by Mathurin, no good. That one's going to go back into the hands of the Sandites. Wilson, bounce pass is no good to Butler. So Scarborough picks up her third. She's leading the Tigers in the foul department. Is Peyton Dolan waiting to check in. And that is a crucial missed free throw.
Yeah, you're speculating that maybe that foul cost her. I mean, it helped by her not making the layup, and we're making her earn at the free throw line.
Tiana Butler looking to make the second one, and she does. She's got 3. So the Tigers cling to a 4-point lead, 33-29. Mathurin looking to get hot here in the third. Dolan wants it on the far side. Driving in, pulls back, goes to Mathurin. Mathurin here in the corner. That one's off the mark. That one's going to go out of bounds, but it's going to stay with Broken Arrow.
Yeah, Sand Springs had the opportunity to get that backside rebound and just didn't get her head around and couldn't control it. So we'll take the extra possession right now.
So the Tigers catch a break. Dolan up to Mathurin. Passes off the mark. So the Sandites are going to get some easy points from Chisholm. And it's 33-31.
We've got to keep our composure right here. Execute offensively. We need a really good possession.
Tigers slow it down. Jacobs to Bowen. Bowen driving in the paint, pulls up with the jumper and off the glass. Bowen has got 7, and the Sandites call a timeout as the lead goes back to 4. 5:54 to go in the fourth. You're watching Tiger basketball on ArrowVision.
If you and your family have been waiting for the perfect time to jump into your dream home, it's here. We make buying a new home as easy as it is exciting with quick credit approvals and great rates. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First people put people first. Matthews Ford in Broken Arrow has been collaborating with Broken Arrow Public Schools since 2016 and sponsors the Broken Arrow Teacher of the Year Award by providing a courtesy car for the winner to drive throughout the year. We'd like to recognize Matthews Ford for being a valuable community partner with Broken Arrow Public Schools.
Tight ball game in the field house. Broken Arrow leading 35-31. 5:54 to go. Dan Hawk alongside Coach Tiffany Jones. Madison Dildine is our third member of the team. Marcini with 10. Mathurin with 10. Bowen with 7. 4 points for Taryn Jacobs and 4 points for Brooklyn Scarborough. Let's check in with Madison Dildine, who is listening in on the timeout. Madison?
Yeah, guys, Coach said, hey, there is absolutely no reason for us to be throwing up rushed floaters. He said, you got to be straight up, straight down. Why are we playing panic mode right now? He said, you're up. I called this timeout so you can gain your composure. Dan?
Yeah. Defensively, we just give up a layup. Yeah, we're trying to influence her and make her go left, but we can't give up can't open up the Red Sea right there and let her go all the way to the basket.
As that pass goes to Marcini, 2-point lead after Butler made it on the other end, but a traveling on the Tigers, and the Sandites will get the ball. This has been the tightest.
It's just time to calm down right now.
Yes. This is the tightest the score's been, I believe, since the first quarter.
Well, they cut it to 26-24, I think, once in the third quarter. But, yes, I mean, this is possessions feel bigger right now because we're 5:20 left in the ball game, and so we got to calm down. We are fine. We just don't need to get crazy all of a sudden.
No, overall, as the Sandites missed that one off the front iron, I would say overall, I mean, these teams are very evenly matched, but I would say overall the Tigers have played a little bit better basketball.
Yeah.
With their possessions.
And that was a big rebound by Macy, of course. I mean, she's been one of our best rebounders all year long, but her getting in there and getting that jump, we'll take that foul.
So Sandites charged with another one. And that is Tiana Morris. That's her third.
It's looking at team fouls doing the same thing. We're looking by quarters now. Once again, the new rule this year, having the team fouls go by the quarter, that's going to be big because instead of 1-on-1s, once somebody gets into the bonus, they're going to have 2 free throws, and so it could come down to free throws.
Thurn wanting a cutting Bowen down low, but Jacobs there, heads up play. That one hit the line. So Sandites will get the ball right back. Remember, we win, we are off to area. Bump and Jacobs. Wilson and Marcini. On the far side, it's Butler. She misses, and Bowen hits her hard, but I think she was going towards the ball.
That's just kind of one of those, yeah, there's contact. Nobody really had possession. Both players going for the ball, and so tough luck. Bowen was really, I mean, she was hustling, getting after things, and it was kind of a collision, and she lost out on that one.
Problem is, when you're that close to the referee, you're going to be charged with that every day of the week. 35-33 in favor of the Tigers. Jacobs not giving Butler any movement at all. Wilson from long distance, and she buries the three-pointer. So with that, it's 36-35, 4 minutes to go. Tigers going to need a bucket. Bowen going herself. Hacked pretty hard. That should stay with Broken Arrow, and it does.
Yeah. Well, and we need to take a breath right here. 4:07, that was a big change right there. First time they've had the lead in a long time. So we need to come down, just answer. We're fine. Don't panic. Execute offensively.
As Mathurin jumps in the air to catch that one. 3:47. Mathurin creating space on the defender, pulls up with the jumper in the paint, gets it to go, falls to the deck. She's going to have to hurry to get back on defense. Bump on the other end. Thought about a three-pointer, picks up her dribble, and Mathurin is going to be charged with the foul. Mathurin's got 12 points, and she's going to have to be the catalyst for this team if they want to go off to area as the regional champs.
Well, an interesting stat that I'm looking at right now really is 3 team fouls this quarter for Broken Arrow and only 1 for Sand Springs. So that could be something that influences things once again as we get a little bit deeper in the last few minutes of the game.
As Bump makes it a 2-point advantage. Now Mathurin driving in the paint, and she's going to go to the line. If she could only have made that shot, it would have been a good one. Foul on Tiana Butler. That's her second. A lot of players with multiple fouls for the Sandites. Tyja Butler with the only solo foul. Mathurin at the line. It's good. Baker's dozen for her.
Once again, drawing those fouls late in the game, going to the basket, trying to draw the contact, making the referees blow the whistle, getting us into that bonus in the fourth quarter so we can shoot more free throws.
As Mathurin ties it back up, Coach, 39 all. Crucial foul shots, and she made them both. And Coach is telling, Coach Coffey that is, telling the Lady Tigers spread out the defense.
Hands up, you want to be playing wide right now. Keeping track of shooters.
This is kind of what you've been waiting for all season. You wanted to play a game like this to show that you deserve to be playing deep into the season. The Tigers looking for their 13th win of the year and to become regional champs.
Yeah, you start playing for some valuable hardware when you get in the regional championship and area championship. You want that plaque going to the next round.
And Coach wants a Gatorade bath.
He would take one, I promise you.
You might even dump it on him.
Sand Springs is resetting once again against the zone, just trying to figure out how they're going. What shot are they wanting, and what are we willing to give them?
And they're spread way out. So are we. Chisholm now. Massini loses the defender. Wilson goes into the paint. No good. Rebound. And Mathurin steals it away. And that's going to be a jump ball. And it's going to stay with the Sandites.
Mackenzie played great defense there. It was a great block. She literally kept her hands up. She shot right into her, so great stance. Good discipline right there defensively.
Maracini nearly picks it off, but it gets in the hands of Wilson. She flips it down low. And that was to Butler. Correction, that was to, yes, Butler.
Butler, yeah.
And Bowen picks up a crucial third foul. So Tiana Butler shooting 2 at the line.
Macy went for a steal right there, trying to go for the steal and ends up getting beat. That kind of goes back to one of the things that Coach Coffey talked about early on was keeping them in front, just being solid defensively. And so here we're down at least 1, maybe down 2. But we've got a lot of time left with 1:46 left in the fourth quarter. We've got plenty of time.
As Butler sinks them both. She's got 5. So Maracini going to have to get it across. Chisholm's playing tough on her. She does. And so 1:35 to go. Coach, too early to go for to hold it the whole time. Just want to get some points here to tie this one back up or take the lead.
We just need a good possession.
As Dolan from long distance buries the trifecta. As we retake the lead, 42-41. That's Dolan's first points of the game as well. Couldn't come at a more crucial time. Bump in the corner. Dangerous pass. That's going to go out of bounds.
We'll take it. Oh. Looks like we've got a player hurt.
And that was Kiara Wilson. She hit the scorer's table.
All right, we're up 1. There's 60 seconds left in the ball game. Lady Tigers up 42-41. As big as Dolan's basket was right there to put us up, that turnover by Sand Springs was equally as positive for Broken Arrow, because now we've got the ball back. We have possession. We are in control, and we're going to make Sand Springs come get us. But we have control right now in the game.
All right, I know Coach is fired up, as in Coach Coffee. You're fired up as well, Coach Jones. We got literally 1 minute left with a 1-point advantage, 42-41. What do we got to do to sneak out of here with a victory?
Well, Sand Springs is going to come pressure. They're going to run traps, and they're going to try to get the ball away from Mackenzie Mathurin. But they're going to play chase, and so we have got to go meet the pass, step meet every pass, every time, make them foul us. They've only got 2 team fouls, which actually kind of works our advantage right now. They're going to have to foul a few times, but we're going to play keep away. I know if I'm sitting down there right now, I'm like, don't take crazy shots. Excuse me.
Yeah, bless you. But, yeah, keep the ball on your end and just make sure that you don't force those passes in there. Slow it way down. Make them put all the pressure on you. That's exactly what the Tigers need to do. We'll check in with Madison in a little while, hopefully with a victory speech with Coach Coffey as both teams get back out on the court. As Bowen will inbound it. Gets it to a cutting Mancini. Now Mancini back at the top. Tigers spread it wide as expected. Bowen gets fouled. That's going to go against Chisholm.
Took almost 12 seconds off the clock, though. We'll take that.
Actually, that was Corey Wilson with the foul. That's her second. So 48 seconds, only 12 seconds, like you said, taken off. Jacobs now. And another foul. Like you kind of said, Coach, they were going to call a bunch, but that is on Tiana Butler. And she has been finding the rock. She's got 5.
They're going to do some, substitutions right here. They're going to chase the ball.
Taj Butler back in there. Bowen getting some last-minute instructions. Got to get it in. They go to Mathurin. And Mathurin has whistled for the foul on Tiana Morris. That's her 4th. And that is the wrong person for the Sandites to make the foul.
Yeah, I was a little surprised that they didn't maybe deny her the ball more and face guard her. But I'm not upset about it.
This is the most crucial free throws of the game right here. Mathurin. Money. 15 points. Just 7 points off of her average. And as expected, you knew a couple Tigers were going to fade down on the other end. And that is Mancini and Dolan. A chance to go to the area. A winner of a regional championship for Coach Coffey if they can hang on to this lead. Mathurin's second free throw attempt is good as well. She's got 16. So the Sandites are putting the pressure on the other end. And a timeout by the Sandites. 3-point lead, 37 seconds left. We're going to keep it right here as well. I asked you the last time out. I'm going to ask you again, Coach. What do they got to do to maintain this timeout and go out of here with a victory?
Yeah, so right now we're going to be big on defense. We want to protect the three-point line. We don't want to give up a quick 2 and let them set up a press. They may be looking for that. There's still 37 seconds left, so there's time in the ball game left. We got to be really smart right now. Keep the ball in front. Make them shoot over your hands. Just be big, and we're long right now. Use our size, and I tell you what, better not give up an offensive rebound right now.
Yeah, don't give up an offensive rebound, and I want to see Mathurin or Mancini get the rock, because if they foul them, those are 2 good, crucial free throw shooters as well. You got to find a way to get them the ball if we can steal one away from the Sandites.
We're in the driver's seat right now, and that pressure on Sand Springs, they've got to make a decision. Do they go for a 3, go for a lower percentage shot as a three-pointer as compared to getting in the lane? I'm curious to see what Coach Coffey had to say in the timeout, Madison.
He was really emphasizing rebounding. He said they're going to come at you and they're going to come at you hard, but this is your opportunity to win on defense, guys.
Yeah, win on defense. But they're going to have to slow down Bump. I would not be surprised if Bump gets the ball behind the arc for a triple.
Run, clock, run.
Let that clock go away. Wilson. Over on the far side to Chisholm. Chisholm's shot is off the mark. Goes out of bounds. Bowen comes up with it. Marcini hangs on. She flings it up to Jacobs. Jacobs just holds the ball, and Coach Coffey calls a timeout. Unbelievable by the Tigers.
There's so many things in that last possession. Bowen coming up with the loose ball defensively down there. Macy diving on the floor, just keeping the ball in bounds because she was going to save it was going to be a turnover on us. So great effort all over the place for the Lady Tigers.
And Coach Coffey nearly running into the ball as well. How about the effort out of Marcini?
Yeah.
She knows that she's not able to hang on to the ball with both hands, so she just throws her body at it and flips it up to Jacobs.
Well, and you look, and now there's 19.76 seconds left.
We have the ball.
Yes, we have the ball, and we almost took 20 seconds off the clock, and we still have a 3-point lead. And so every tick is a little bit bigger, a little bit closer to where you want to be. And so you would expect nothing less than Maricini sacrificing her body, making a huge play. Just so smart, and she just knows one speed, it's go.
Yeah, it's go the entire time. And the best part about it, she's only just a junior. We get her for another year on the hardwood.
Well, you look at a lot of our players, we have a lot of youth, but yet a lot of experience at the same time.
100%.
Based on that. So you're looking at a starting five that will all be back next year. And so
any chance we can get Lydia Pence for a graduate graduate season?
I don't know if OSSAA is going to do that or not. So Bowen's taking the ball to bounds. Crucial out of bounds play, make a good pass. They're going to come foul, but they're going to definitely shoot the gap right here and try to go for a steal. And if they don't get a steal immediately, they're going to foul.
Tigers got to get it in. Maricini with the ball. They left her all open, but she pulls the very smart move to pull it back out and let the clock tick.
Yep.
She could have had a chance to put the buckets in, but I think that was a good veteran experience from the junior to keep it out on the edge.
I have been known a time or two to say don't shoot the ball unless they all fall down. Well, they didn't all fall down, so we pull it out and run the clock.
All right, I said this a couple minutes ago, biggest free throws, but this right here could really take it out of the reach of the Sandites as Maricini makes the first, and it's a 4-point game.
Yeah, now we've made it a 2-possession game, and so Coach Coffey's going to get him back. We're not going to pick up a foul on a free throw right here because we're up by 4. There's under 13 seconds left. We're going to camp out the 3-point line.
There's Maricini. Second shot. It is good. 5 points for the Tigers is the advantage. 12 seconds left. Wilson with the ball. Trying to get by Maricini. Bump. Triple is good. And a timeout. 2 points. It's 46-44 as Bump makes the triple. She's got 11. Coach, we're going to keep it right here.
Got to get the ball in bounds. And you've got it's a timeout after a basket. It's a live baseline, so we can run the baseline, make sure you get the ball in bounds. They're going to foul immediately, so go meet the pass. They're either going to foul you, and we go make free throws, but get the ball in bounds is crucial, number one.
Do you want Macy to give the ball to Mathern, or do you want Mathern to give the ball to Macy? Because both of them are talented free throw shooters.
Yeah, I mean, I think either one of them, and you're looking at matchups too. Who's guarding whom? Because they've got some defenders that are a little more agile than others, a little quicker. And so you don't do anything that you haven't done before. Who normally takes the ball to bounds? That's what you want to stay with. Bowen's been taking the ball to bounds on the sideline. I just saw Coach Perkins doing like this. Yep, she can run the baseline. It's a live ball here. So dead ball, you got to be stationary, but live ball, you can move.
So they go to the hands of Mathern, and she's going to go to the line. That bonus couldn't come at a better time for the Tigers.
Yeah, Bowen did a great job of getting the ball in there. Kinsey trying to rub off the screens, but also curling. And the refs know you're trying to foul, so it was a pretty quick whistle.
Only 1 second off the clock.
Yeah.
Is Mathern at the line. She can make it a 3-point game. That went down and came out of the cup. You've got to make this free throw here.
Yeah.
You would have liked to make them both, because then all you do is let them shoot the 3 and don't foul. But now this is a very crucial free throw from Mathern. It's good. She's got 17. Sandites inbound it. They go to Wilson. 3, 2, 1. Wilson's got to get it off, but Macy fouls her.
You know why Macy fouled her? Is because once again we go back to the team foul situation. They can go shoot 2 free throws here, but they're down 3 points, so it's clock management. We get to foul. We make sure that we foul, not on the shot, but on the drive. Puts us once again, even if she makes both free throws, worst case scenario is 47-46.
And she missed the first one. So barring a miracle.
Yeah.
And I don't even think you can get the shot off with what's left on the clock. That one's going to rattle up. Bowen secures it. She's pumped. We're pumped. Tigers win the regional 47-44. And they're off to areas.
As
Coach
winners.
Coffey pumped up. Big time victory. Big time players make big time plays, that's exactly what Bowen did. Tigers are victorious 47-44. Madison, you might have to get Macy Marasini for the heads up play as well if we can possibly get her with Coach Coffey. Obviously the Tigers are going to go into the crowd. I kind of want to run down there too. Tigers pick up their 13th win of the season, and they are off to areas. No Saturday for them.
Coach Coffey's got to get him. They're running down the tunnel already. We got to get him back on the court. They got some hardware to pick up.
Yeah, I think they forgot. You know, maybe this is an omen that we don't want that trophy. There's another trophy in Norman we want.
That's right.
What a victory by Broken Arrow. Let's go over some numbers a little bit as they go down on the court to celebrate. Marcini with 12. Brooklyn Scarborough with 4. Rakaya Bowen with 7, Mackenzie Mathern with 17, and Tara Jacobs with 4. So balanced attack throughout. There was a lot of players in foul trouble, but that fouling slowed down in that second half of play. Let's take a look down at the court level because those Lady Tigers are going to get some hardware. Very excited as they should be. And a lot of these ladies are going to be obviously back here next year on the court.
Yeah, that's a great picture right there.
This is your favorite picture, isn't it?
Oh, it's always good to win.
Yeah.
I thought they might get a regional plaque, maybe not. That's all right. But
That's
I tell you
fine.
what,
We'll take an area plaque.
There's some big plays. Macy made some big plays. We had some people make some huge hustle plays that made a difference in the ball game. And so shout out to his great team effort. Madison, now you've got Coach Coffey after the dub.
Congrats on becoming regional champions. What did you learn from your team tonight?
They've got a lot of grit. They've got a lot of fight. I mean, there were moments there where they took a lead for the first time in the game. And, you know, with a veteran-laden squad like we have, they understand the importance of possessions. And you get into playoffs, you have to value them when they matter most. And our kids did that tonight. I'm so proud of them.
Late in the game, Peyton made a crucial three-pointer. How did that shift the momentum in your favor?
It was huge, you know, and Peyton has grown so much as a player over the course of this year. She is not afraid to take the big shot now. And getting in the playoff situation, we need more of that. So I am so proud of her, so happy that she's been able to get that done for sure.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Congrats. Final minute.
It was crazy. Just controlling the game and just winning it for everyone.
How does it feel to now be a regional champion and advance straight to area?
It feels great, back to back, so the job's not done, so we got to get it finished now.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Back to back for the Lady Tigers. Can it get any better?
No, good
that
basketball.
final minute felt like an hour, but the Tigers are victorious. Macy Marasini, I got to say, MVP of the night, coming up with that heads-up play on the one-handed touch with the ball to send it to Jacobs to force the Sandites to try to get to their end. So the Lady Tigers are heading off to area with a 47-44 final. Coming up next on ArrowVision at 7:30, we'll have the boys game.
Yep.
Coach Jones will be on the call with me as well as the Bo Wallace bunch will get set for Edmond Memorial. Should be one heck of a game. We'd like to thank our one club sponsors, First National Bank of Broken Arrow, Ascension St. John, Tulsa Bone and Joint, TTCU Federal Credit Union, Matthews Ford, the Arrow Group, and Quick Trip. We also want to give a shout out to everybody that was involved with today's contest.
Yeah.
Antonio Hurling, our stream director, with Alex Tyner, Greg Spencer, director of ArrowVision, Tiffany Jones, my color analyst, Blake Shy, producer and engineer, Madison Dildine, our wonderful sideline reporter, Sean Morgan, our PA announcer, and all the students. I got to thank all the students. Cannot thank them enough for taking time to be here and staying with us later tonight for the 7:30 matchup against Edmond Memorial. The final, once again, for Broken Arrow, the regional champ Broken Arrow Tigers.
That's right.
47-44. We've got the boys game coming up at 7:30 on ArrowVision, so check back with us in a little while. Until then, go Tigers.